If you're in the market for a new hybrid this year, chances are the new Titleist 818 hybrids will come across your radar. They've just been launched and I've got them in my hands here. There's an H1, slightly bigger, and an H2, more slimline, more iron-like in terms of its profile. Now, a couple of the key bits of technology. I'm not going to linger too much on the technology, but just to mention, there is an active recoil channel behind the face. Now, you'll find that in all the other Titleist woods. It's designed to provide that little bit more ball speed on off-centre hits, something that you'll really notice, which is the consistency of distance that you're able to get with strikes that aren't from the centre. You also have the SureFit CG, which is the new technology that was brought into the 917 range of woods by Titleist, and it's effectively a movable weight that sits in the sole and allows you to move the centre of gravity and also create a sort of a shape bias to the golf club. If you want to eliminate one side of the golf course, if you don't want to hit shots left, you can set up your Titleist hybrids to ensure that you can take that side of the golf course out. So let's have a look at the numbers. How did they both perform? So I was hitting a 21-degree version of both of these hybrids. I'm going to start with the H1, getting ball speed of 144, which is really good, and a launch angle of 10 degrees, spinning at 4,470, which is good. It's not too low, which is what I wanted. It gets the ball up into the air really nicely and achieving a total distance of 219, which is exactly the sort of yardage I'd be looking for from a 21-degree hybrid, because for me, in my game, trying to hit that key number, 220 yards carry, is where it fits in at the top end of my bag. Then moving into the H2 version, ball speed was a little bit less, 143, not much less, 10.4 degrees launch, 4,218 of spin, and 219 yards of carry. So as you can see, the performance differences between these two clubs was certainly for me fairly minimal. And actually the key difference between them is the shape. And the big change in 2018 isn't with the H1 hybrid, it's with the H2. If you're someone that has traditionally used long irons, preferred long irons, never really got on with hybrids, I'd say give this H2 version of this hybrid a go. I would certainly classify myself as falling into that category. Haven't always got on with hybrids, but this one looks superb. It's got a slightly higher toe profile, and it's slimmer in its design. It's more iron-like actually, but crucially I felt like you still had a good amount of distance between the toe and the heel, so that it didn't feel too compact. It didn't feel like I was really searching to find a good strike with it. It felt like I could really hit down on the ball, be aggressive with the strike and get the sort of performance that I would want out of it. So if I was choosing my favourite between these two, 100% it would be the H2. The H1 version is a little bit bigger, is going to be one that a lot of players are going to lean towards because it looks more forgiving, because it certainly has that profile behind the ball that you feel like you can really give it a good swing and it's confidence inspiring. But for me, it's the H2 is a fantastic hybrid and it performed really well. Now, one other thing to make about these two clubs is that there are a whole host of different lofts available. So you can go from, I think it's 17 degrees up to 27 degrees. So it covers a whole host of different lofts. Plus they are adjustable. So there's adjustable loft sleeve in there, which means that I think the range goes from 16 degrees up to 29, something like that. I wouldn't suggest you go through that process on your own, because finding exactly the right loft, marrying it up with the SureFit CG to find the performance that you're looking for is a tricky business. It's something that you're going to want to do with a fitter, preferably with a launch monitor, so that you find the hybrid that hits the right gap for you, but that also you feel like you can hit the right shape off the tee, also find a good strike from the rough. There's a lot that goes into finding the right hybrid, and that's going to come down to you and how well you go through that process. If you do it well with the two 818 hybrids that I've got here, you might well find one that stays in the bag for a long time.